All right, guys, welcome back to the show. I'm Titus, and I've got a short one for you today. I got some more podcasts right after this one, so I got to make this one short and sweet. But I told you guys that I would play that section that I did at the Delta Waterfowl Expo from Rob Roberts, the little interview that I had with him. They have the new, so they have the Triple Threat series, and we're going to have them on and do more in-depth stuff as a guest, but just to touch bases and get this little clip that I got out, because he's got the triple threats, which they say, are well known and phenomenal. Everyone that uses them likes them a lot. They got the T1, T2, T3, or you can buy the combo pack. And then they got the Final Strut turkey chokes. And then what's new this year is the Raptor turkey chokes. And, that and the waterfowl. So they got bismuth. They got the Raptor bismuth, which is not on the site if you go on their site right now. And then they also do the Cerakoting and the camo dipping and all that stuff. So he's got a lot of awesome things going on. And man, like I said before, he's such a nice guy, super friendly, down to earth, just like your normal guy that you could sit there and be really good friends with. So we did this little interview. I'm going to play that here in a second. But the Raptor, so basically what we're talking about in this one is the Raptor series. And we're more so talking about some ammo with it, and we're talking about the ones that are coming out. I don't know if he's calling them the Raptor waterfowl chokes or what, but they are the Raptors, and they're pretty sick. I mean, it doesn't really matter the style. Like, I'm not going to buy something based off of what it looks like, but I know they are good chokes, and to boot, just the design's sick too. So it's just kind of a double combo. Like, it looks really cool, and it's a really good choke. So I'm looking at them right now. They got the turkey chokes online that are for sale now. And they got some really new merch that's pretty sweet out there too. So anyways, let's go ahead and play this clip. I'm going to plug my phone in here and play this clip from you. And we do just a quick little interview here at the Delta Waterfowl Expo of 2023. And hear what he has to say. And I'm going to play it. Hi guys, welcome back to the MVM Show. I'm here with Rob Roberts. It's nice to meet you finally, and been talking to some guys here. We're going to be trying that out on my 20 gauge, his chokes. And there's something we want to talk about that's new that you got. Yeah. I guess let's talk about the new product, and then let's go into why
we're doing it.
Yeah.
Well, over the course of the time, we've had our same chokes. We've not made any changes. We've done all of our testing and everything to get it where it was. We're not changing it. We're going to continue it on and on. But we got the heavy dream. I had a guy, I was doing some gator hunting, and the guy come in and he started making fun of us about, okay, you've got ducks and everything on your truck, you got turkey tracks, where's the gator at? So I went off on a different tangent about what you could do that would be, a purpose for putting a gator. Well, it took us back to our porting and everything we do. And so we had a lot of calls. You see a lot of market there for ported chokes. So I was always against ported chokes, because what I'd found with ported chokes was they're a wad stripper, and so when they would take the wad stripper, which was great for letting the shot come from the wad, keeping your wad from blowing through the center on close shots, so it's basically a wad strip, but it would be, they would tug on the wad from left to right or whatever, so it was never exact, it wasn't consistently the same point of impact. And so with that, we started testing. It did about 3 months. We were building a new choke. We would test it to try to make sure it was better than our old, or we wouldn't do it. And we went from different parallel sections inside the choke to everything from scuffing the inside. We knurled on the inside. We made cuts. We would take a choke tube when it was shooting good, and we would go out onto our, we've got all the computerized patterning stuff. And so we took it out and we'd put it on the exact choke that we'd shot and did good. We would come back out after we ported it, and we dropped 20 or 30 pellets out of the core, it's out of a 20, 24-inch circle. We would lose that. And so it was like, okay, this is taking me back away from the ported choke, something that I already knew, but at the same point, we were wanting a different design and everything now that we started it. So what we ended up doing is we changed all the parallels. We went from no parallel to out to about 1 3/4 inch parallel that you're inside the choke and on your constrictions and all. And that wasn't working. We come right back to where we are, which is always between 1 inch, 1.1 is where it's perfect. And a lot of the good chokes that are doing it, that's what they've got. But what we did is we come back and we started playing with the insides and scuffing the choke and This is all back to 1800s where they were doing some of this stuff. You found out that worked. So we ended up doing what we're calling a Tula cut.
Okay.
And we put it in the right place. So it's a complete cut that's a complete, it's all the way around. So your wad's going to tug on it consistently every single time. So we went back out and played, and we hit pay dirt on it, because what we were finding with this new Raptor series choke is that the constriction of it wouldn't be any tighter, but we were having tighter core patterns.
Okay.
And so basically, we're going to keep the triple thread. It's going to be around forever.
That's a good choke.
It's been going good for 17, 18 years or however long, and then. But we're going to add this new one to it, which it's got a lot of cool factor to it, because it's the Raptor and it's got the claw marks instead of the porting. So yeah,
grab a couple of them.
Sure. And like you said, you'll see on there that they've got, that's just for looks and everything.
Yeah.
And then this is a 20 gauge Corral Plus type. But what you're going to find is we're also going to do, instead of the triple threat where it's a T1, T2, and T3, these are going to be the Raptor series, so it's going to be the logo, okay? The 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to we do one specially for bismuth and one for a special for TSS. Like, some of the guys are still, TSS is pretty expensive. It's great for turkeys, but it's kind of expensive on ducks and stuff at times. But it's still killable and real kill load. But we're building. That's what we're building that choke.
More of an open. Is it kind of more, because I noticed shooting just the heavy 12 last year, it was holding stuff. Where I normally shoot full style chokes.
Right.
It was holding it way tighter, way longer. Is that just because it's hard?
Yeah, and that has a whole lot to do with the parallel section as far as holding it. It's kind of like what the parallel inside a choke, what it amounts to is if you took an hourglass and you flipped it up, when it goes through that sand, it spreads. So what you do is you make it a little longer as far as where it's squeezed together.
Yeah.
And it'll hold longer, and then it still spreads. And so that's the thing. We're wanting it to hold longer, get the longer patterns.
Yeah.
But now these Raptor series is going to be something else. We noticed, we've already had them on to the turkey market this year. We added to the waterfowls coming here after September is when we're going to release them. And when we went in, just like our testing on bismuth and everything, we would test everybody's. Like we did the medium, we did the heavy. And man, it shot the.
How'd you like the heavy bismuth? That's what I shoot.
Oh yes,
I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, it's great. It really and just like on the turkey side, when that heavy 18 on our turkey chokes and everything with it, because they're always worried about being too tight. Well, that stuff was smoking. It was fantastic.
That 9-shot.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Now, and the reason I keep bugging about the bismuth because I shoot quite a bit of heavy bismuth. I started shooting the heavy 12 last year, but excuse me. Is that considered like if someone was to say, because I know everyone thinks different things about side chokes.
Right.
Would you consider that a full? Like, how do you?
Actually, we changed it up a little bit. Now, what we did was since we had the availability to take them down there, we were able to take like Benelli, Beretta, Remington, and take different bore diameters. Okay, and so for different styles, we was able to take them down there and shoot them, and then say, okay, where's this one at? Where's that one at? And then that was the constrictions we come up with. So it's not just because we're both shooting a 12 gauge. Guns. Right. I'm shooting a Benelli and you're shooting, let's say, a Remington or something. When we're both shooting a bismuth choke, it may not be the same constriction if you actually did it. So that was a little
really set deal.
No, we tried
to do that.
Well, we tried to do that from the get-go with the triple threat. I used to be, all around the sporting clays market and stuff like that, and you'd watch people come up to a station. They'd look at the targets, this one here and this one over here, and they'd screw in this choke, screw out that choke, and instead of just pull up there and shoot it. If they didn't have to worry about it, they'd just go up and shoot it. And then I'd see people that would say, well, I've got a factory choke improved cylinder for my gun for lead, and then I've got another improved cylinder for steel. You've seen that craze for a long time. And what we found with that, I wanted to take that out of your mind. You worry about where the ducks are, where your dog's with me. I got everything loaded up. This is a choke I need. This is what my gun likes. I'm ready. You're not thinking about it. You're taking that thought process out.
They'll probably be okay.
Yeah, well.
Hey, everybody knows we're at the show.
We're definitely live.
It's Yeah. No, I just wanted to ask you about that because I know people are saying, well, I don't know if we really fully covered this, but like the difference between your other chokes versus the new. What was your biggest? I don't know if we kind of covered that yet.
No, but I think the biggest thing, the difference-wise, of what we're seeing, our other ones are going nowhere. We're keeping them everything just like it is. And what we're finding with these core, these are going to be a little more expensive because they've got, they're Cerakoted and they've got a lot more stuff, to build and everything. Yeah. But at the same time, what we found was shooting them at the paper that the cores were a little more dense. I mean, they were, especially. It depends on what you're shooting. If you're shooting number 2s or BBs or something like that, well, there's only so many pellets. Yeah. But it was a real difference, like on the turkeys, and as you come up through some of that stuff where they're shooting 4s, man, it's just you just seen the pattern. It's like doing a forcing cone again out there. We see that by doing the forcing cone on barrels, that it brings all your strays kind of back into the pattern and starts shrinking it down. That's kind of what this choke's doing. Okay. So it's bringing them more.
Well, the thing I love about how you do your chokes too is you got all the science and all the computer systems, and I've watched your videos on YouTube where how you're testing everything out. I mean, there's no denying what.
Oh, we play a lot.
You're shooting a lot.
Yeah, we shoot a lot. We do shoot a lot.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on with us.
Thanks for having me.
And letting us know the difference between that.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to try out that I got the Benelli Ethos Cordoba last year, the 28 gauge. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what you're suggesting.
Oh, we're going to have that hook. What our production right now is we're trying to get everything built up to turn loose. So right after September 1st is when we're going to turn all these loose, and we'll be sure and get you hooked up.
Yeah, I definitely want to get one and shoot that thing.
So thank you. Appreciate you.
All right. Again, I apologize that the audio was not. I don't know what it was with those cord. Oh, shh. I just took a bath in soda, and my phone did too. Well, I guess I'm going to end that there because I got a mess to clean up. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, you get to enjoy the pleasure of seeing me just doused in soda. I'm going to let you go, but I want to say one thing. He is going to be coming on here. Man, there was something else, but this totally distracted me. I just got soda everywhere. I've had a bad luck with doing that lately. Oh, man, I was going to tell you guys something. It was about that with Rob Roberts. Well, anyway, stay tuned. I'm going to be doing podcasts with him, and then also I'm going to be doing pattern videos with those Raptor chokes. It won't be till next month. As you heard, September 1st, they're going to drop and be live. I'm going to let you guys go. I'll see you on the next one. I'm going to clean up this mess. Talk to you later.